Timberlake has basically been on the tip of everybody's tongue as far as the Derby goes, pretty much since his second race, let's say. He has all the accoutrements, all the tools. He's about into mischief, pin up underneath, looking at Lucky. She's definitely a stamina sire. He's got some really good stamina influences there. Brad Cox, Florent Giroux, Windstar Farm is also one of the other owners, as well as Sienna, and has been running against the top 2-year-olds. So this one is definitely a serious contender for the Derby. We'll take a look at the pedigree, and we'll see that classic Raisin Native Northern Dancer Nick. Northern Dancer on top, Raisin Native on the bottom. You'll see that throughout Derby contenders every single year. Very popular Nick. And you see Pinup doesn't have really too many other good get aside from Timberlake. However, she does provide some significant stamina influences, and that's really the key to it. If you look at the dosage profile, you'll see 4 solid stamina influences. That's solid as a classification. It's the second to last one. So there's plenty of stamina, good dosage index, pretty well balanced pedigree. So from that perspective, Timberlake absolutely checks all the boxes. We look at the running lines, and you'll see that the progression is very good all the way through to the Champagne Stakes. You see as the class level of the race is increasing, so was Timberlake's class level. And it's always a positive. You definitely want to see that. A little, I don't know if we'll call it a hiccup, but a little bit of a downturn in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. I think everything was basically pointed Timberlake's way, just didn't have enough to win it. A little disappointing that he was quite so far back at the end of the race, but still ran a decent enough fourth. So from a progression standpoint, I mean, I think that there's a lot of things to like, and I mean, we're going to look at the trip of the Juvenile, but that's the only thing that really gives me a little bit of a pause. But a lot of things can happen, again, as we always say, until the Derby Trail. But right now, Timberlake looks pretty good to me. So if we look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
Ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and General Partner. And the best
You see Timberlake is off and
second, wind me up his
third. Mid-pack.
A bit hard to handle there as Prince of Monaco just headstrong a bit as they make their way into that turn. Booth outside of horses there with Timberlake.
Just got a little rank, which
and
is
5 lengths off the lead. And
surprising for Timberlake. Haven't seen that before, but a little bit of rank and a little farther back than perhaps he normally likes to be. And maybe that was the reason for him giving the rider a little bit of trouble there. But traveling along in the backstretch pretty decently. And I think maybe it had something to do with the hopeful where he got sucked into a really bad pace duel and it cost him the race. But
8 lengths off of front running General Partner.
regardless,
Went 47
Drew sitting chilly with him.
For the first half mile. Fierceness 3/4 of a length behind, running in second. Booth is third to the outside, just in behind the leaders. Timberlake is getting going now. A 3-wide run, but on the charge.
Carried wide, but he's in good position there.
Going right with him is Wind Me Up retreats. Locked has to do better. Around the far turn they go. Fierceness grabs the lead. Booth right up alongside. General Partner gives way and is back into third. And they're into the stretch. And it's Fierceness and Booth.
You see, really, I mean, you have to say, really, no excuses for Timberlake. So it's a little disappointing that he did close pretty well, but there was just no match at all for the top two. And then you see Locke coming in right past him. So that's a little bit of a concern. I thought Timberlake, there was, reason to believe that he would be a very solid selection to win this race, and it just didn't. So a little disappointing from that perspective. So if we look at the report card, pedigree-wise, he's an absolute A. Timberlake is, by being by Into Mischief with all that stamina underneath. So that's a very big positive. Class level, he's been at the top for 3 races straight now and has acquitted himself pretty well, winning the Champagne Stakes. Give him a minus, though, because that Juvenile, I would have liked to have seen a little better race than that. Maybe it was that he was ranked a little early. I don't know. But it to me, really didn't have much of an excuse. So you'd have to rate it as a disappointment. Progression-wise, he has been, he was showing a good cycle moving forward until the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And again, ran a good race, but a little on the disappointing side. And you just have to wonder about the top end at this point. But prospect-wise, he's an absolute A. Timberlake, he checks all the boxes, and we'll just have to see how he does on the Derby Trail. But I think he's definitely at the forefront and one of the top contenders right now with a little bit of reservation.